Okay, so that's how you start an episode. They have done a really, really good job. And like, wow, first of all, it's gorgeous. And it makes sense that Moraine would try to use the Sakarnan because there is a part of her that's super duper arrogant, and it comes along with like the Aes Sedai stuff. But to see like the addiction on her face and like also seeing her skin turn that like almost white color because she's about to burn out, like, wow.
He's not one of us.
No thanks to you.
I cannot teach someone unwilling to learn.
Cannot? Cannot.
I wasn't so right about that. It's weird to me to see this because I feel like they're trying to make Avienda look softer already, and it's just not working. And I'm sure that that's on purpose because it really is not working.
I ask leave to enter your hold group, mistress.
You have my leave, clan chief. Shade of my heart, you always have my leave.
Oh, it's interesting that she acknowledges Bear with even more affection than their husband, which is
Mistress of my heart.
okay. They're kissing. All right. I am. That freaking tattoo work that they did on Rand's arms is sick. Well, it's not tattoo, it's like marking. But I love like seeing how quickly he accepts his place with them. And I don't know, it's like a lost cousin coming to Thanksgiving for the first time, and then everybody likes them immediately.
Some will react as Ashido did when he returned from Rhuidean.
Does it surprise you that Savannah and Couladin rejected him?
But I do like that they're showing the duality of two clans already not wanting to join him. Because, yeah, that, especially the Shido, that happens. Not to their benefit, but it happens.
A heavy fragrance, your powdered roses. It enters the room before you do. I remember it from your classes when I was a novice.
This is hilarious.
Mother, you have fooled many, but I know what you are. River trash. Same as the day you walked into this tower as a 9-year-old girl.
I like that they're showing how extravagant Elida is, because it does come in the books later on and in detail, but not enough. I would have loved to see just how superficial she is.
I'm calling for a boat in the hall to cage the dragon reborn, as you should have done already.
Well, let's see where the votes lie.
I cannot believe how arrogant she is telling Siwan what she's gonna do, first of all, and how disrespectful she is. Like, I could not believe Siwan let her get away with this.
Is there anything else? The Amunin's Day is a full one.
No, Mother. Thank you for your time.
Wow. You can tell that Elida is just completely sickened by her. Like, which is funny because Elida is the one wearing the nauseating perfume.
Then maybe you could have a nibble of something sweet.
Is it
Hot? Oh, it's just hot enough. Or maybe some wine will be more to your liking.
I'm not gonna lie, it's so weird watching any scenes with Varen because of where I am in the book. It's just very weird watching her right now. Also, what happened to the first mistress of novices? What is her name? She was a blue sister. I cannot remember her name to save my life. Shiriam is her name. Shiriam. What happened to Shiriam in the show? Where is she? Like, did they run out of budget, or what's going on with Shirion? What happened with Shirion? Where is she? I think I'm going to be confused if they're starting to replace her.
Ready to leave already? I thought you had your eye on the bigger boy.
I did.
As much as I love there being a lot of queer representation in the show, I do feel like this is about to get messy, because if you are a reader and a watcher, you know that there's several couples that happen in the end that aren't being reflected thus far in the show, which is fair because in the books they're not reflected at this point either. But it's just getting so messy because it's like, how are these couples going to develop at the end?
Wetlanders do not share lovers.
Not usually.
That is a lot to ask of one person. Perhaps too much.
Poor Egwene.
You know, you don't have to talk to me.
Also, I love this like snappiness in the banter between Avienda and Rand.
At an Aiel meal, it is polite to talk to people to either side of you. Except for those of us who must instruct instead of sharing the meal.
You don't have to instruct me either.
With your right hand.
If you notice, he's not getting snappy back with her. Not really. Not like where he does with Moraine, where he like tries to put her in her place. And I think it's because maybe subconsciously he likes her. Because did you see how tender he was with her at the rings in Meridian? Like, I wonder if he likes her. I hope he does. Already. And they're like trying to show like some subtle stuff.
Not with the head. It's going to bite your throat the whole way down.
Delicious.
This blonde character that comes from the same place as Lan, I think they're trying to really up her importance because they hired a well-known actor to play this role. But I'm not understanding what her relevance is in relation to the books. Like, who are you? Why are you here? Why do we care?
Anyone can touch Teleran Riod, but very few can truly enter it.
It is not part of the One Power, though I said I believe it is. I cannot channel, yet I dreamwalk as well as bear.
We will enter the dream world now.
I like that they made that distinction with the wise ones, not all of them being able to channel, but they all can. They are all dreamwalkers. I love the faces that they're making, and I think it's because they realize she has much more control in Teleran Riod than probably anybody that they've seen before. At least not so fast.
I'm so glad you're here.
I suppose Egwene never saw Lanfear, but at the same time, I feel like Egwene is too smart to not realize this sooner.
Wetlanders. Call them the Forsaken.
And definitely Moraine is. Like, come on. I hope that the actors that are playing Bear and Melaine stay. Well, first of all, I hope the show keeps getting renewed. Because if that doesn't happen, then it doesn't matter if they stay or not. I like the ghost animations. It's like a throwback to Harry Potter. Might be the same technology. If you remember Moaning Myrtle. Maybe in reference to all of these new couples on the show, maybe they're just gonna like throw away a bunch of plot lines with the romances that we saw in the books. I really hope that doesn't happen because I think that that will probably upset a lot of people, including myself. Like, make new romances with the people that are there, that don't already have established romances in the books, but oof, they keep playing around with our big six and stuff. Like,
Where are you going?
Varian Sedai said.
Away now, or I'll strip your hide with my birch. Accept it or no.
I like that Elida says this line because it shows that she's already arrogant enough to use the one power even if she doesn't feel like she's threatened, which is a no-no. It's one of the three olds, actually.
Can your sister really do this? In her state?
My sister can do anything.
Oh my God, is that Baron's ledger? Is she sitting there casually with her ledger? Wow.
What did she want us to look at?
Black ocean. Black ocean.
The acting between these two on screen right now is magic.
Most of the rich live on top of the hills.
Oh, yeah, that's fascinating.
But there isn't much stability to the wealth in Tanchico, so thievery is more common.
Enough. None of that will help us find the Black Ocean.
Leandra will require certain things, no matter what city.
Okay, this episode is taking a lot of things directly from the book. That the temple with Egwene and Bear and Melaine, that's from the book. Also, this argumentative dialogue between Matt, Nynaeve, and Elaine is straight from the book. Oh, this is a small detail as well, but yeah, I like the fact that this little tidbit from the book is in there. The more it's faithful to the book, the more I like it. But Nynaeve hates boats.
You are of the mountains. You plant your feet too firmly like you're rooted to the spot. Relax. Make your legs soft.
I'm not going to stop complaining about this. Networks, please stop shooting these dark scenes, especially if you release your show in the morning. You want people to watch your show? Like, stop with these dark scenes. First of all, this whole sea scene would have looked so much better in the daytime anyway. We know it's CGI and it's fake anyway, but still, like...
I want you to tell me what you know about Perrin Bora. They say he's come back home.
I know I should probably care about this White Cloak's plotline, but I don't care. I didn't care in the books, and I don't care in the show. I just do not care. To me, the whole mom reaching for the keys thing was not the most subtle thing in the world.
Why did you do that?
Well, she's dead now. They're definitely going to kill her.
And me.
No, not yet.
And me. And her.
In the books, Fael is morally gray as heck.
We're here because you're not enough! The last battle is coming.
You know, I was just about to say, I'm not sure if I like the writing for Alana this season because it's so erratic and she seems really kind of crazy. But actually, the more I think about it, she's grieving and she's not dealing with her emotions. So for her dialogues to be kind of erratic and with these really big, intense, emotional moments, that actually makes sense.
Are you leaving? We haven't had a moment alone since Rydia.
I'm glad that I'm seeing Rand and Egwene kind of separate from each other on the show slowly, because I feel like in the books, like that was a little bit too abrupt for me. And it never really felt resolved in the books to me. It's just like, oh, we love other people now. Like, oh, but do you still love each other? Or did either one of you ever really get closure? Or did you really like each other?
And everything that we've done and everything that we've lost. It's all for nothing because I won't be there.
I love Lan and Moraine's relationship, to just see two people that are just genuinely friends. And I think the same thing can be said for Min and Matt. Min and Matt. Yeah. Just to see two people of the opposite sex just be friends.
So, I can only assume that you're following me because you're obsessed with me. Am I right?
Because the Amelin's obsessed with me?
No one's obsessed with you.
It's so funny hearing Matt like flirt with Min, knowing that Min is gonna end up with Rand in the end.
Min, what's this? What is this?
My visions. I was trying to remember the details.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where I see that my friend has drawn a picture of me dead, that I don't freak out and think that that's majorly messed up. Especially the fact that she's had a vision about it and she's drawing it in order to like, I would just freak out.
They say your channelers are so weak in the power they can never become full sisters.
Best to continue believing that when you disembark.
Why would you avoid learning at the tower?
I definitely like the look of the sea folk.
You too, Matt. I'm not joking when I say this place is dangerous.
I'll be on my best behavior.
The foreshadowing with the hanging man is a bit much.
No matter how many times you ask.
I believe you.
She killed her real quick. But I feel like that was like Black Aja right there. Yeah, so that you can't do that in the tower. You can't attack a prisoner, even if they're Aes Sedai. You can't channel against them. Liana is everything. I love Liana. And I'm glad that they put her back in that outfit from, I think, season 1, because, yes.
You led me here.
Perhaps I misjudged you.
Suan made a really big mistake in not just letting her die. She should have just let her die. She would have saved herself a lot of trouble in the future if she just let her die.
Look, we don't have much time. Be quiet and listen to our instructions. We'll get you out of it.
Perrin, what's happened to your eyes?
I don't see why in the show or in the books, Perrin didn't just explain that he was a wolf brother. I mean, yeah, some people would have thought he was a dark friend, but people followed him anyway, regardless of the eyes. So I don't know why he didn't just tell people. The enemies, I understand, because you don't want them to know what the abilities are. But outside of the enemies, like his followers, why not just tell them? And Fael never cared.
We need to go.
Yeah, this is just evil. I still don't understand quite the whole, like, Aes Sedai ever dying from this, unless they're ganged up on, maybe. But, like, just one person catching one of the Aes Sedai, I don't get that at all.
Maxim?
As soon as she heard that sound, her shield should have went up. Don't even get it. Don't be stupid. Idiot. I can see this happening. I can see this being a reason why one of the Aes Sedai gets caught, because she's ganged up on. And that totally makes sense. But one-on-one, that does not make sense. Man, Fael. Yes. She can fight. Yeah, Fael taking on 2 dudes at the same time. Oh, shit. Oh. To me, that didn't look like a death wound. It looked kind of like a shoulder wound, but okay. Yeah, and I wonder who's about to heal Perrin, because Alana is completely not about that job. All right, Maxim, to the rescue.
I want you, Rand. I love you. The dark parts and the light.
Lanfear looks more ageless than any other Aes Sedai, in my opinion. We know that the Aes Sedai aren't like teenagers, and they're not like even mid-20s, because there's so much commentary about Egwene, Elaine, and Nynaeve, and even Suan later in the books looking like children, so it's not possible that they could be Aes Sedai. So I'm guessing what they look like is like maybe women in their 30s or 40s, maybe, and they just kind of are stuck like that. But that's not ageless. I just put an age to that. What does that look like? In his relationship with Lanfear, you could really almost believe, or even believe I'm being delusional, you could totally believe that they're going to end up being together. But I love how she has on the blue, like a softer color, but still underneath that blue, you see all of that black, like those parts of her. Finally, they kiss.
The Wise One said you wanted to see me.
They're teaching you about the dream.
They have?
And can you do that? Can you travel with me in the dream to meet someone?
This little bit with Moraine asking Egwene to take her into Tel Rield, I remember this dialogue, I think, but I don't remember it happening like this. So if you know in the comments, definitely tell me if this happened like this. And again, for the people that are curious where I am in the read, I'm in the penultimate book, Towers of Midnight. Also, how has Egwene learned this fast? I understand that she's really powerful and really gifted at being a dreamwalker, but she's only had one lesson so far. Like, she's already able to take someone into Tel Rield with her with no kind of angrial.
If the White Tower does not bend the knee to Randall Thor, he will lose the last battle.
I'm glad that they explained very clearly that this is Tel Rield, because I felt like in the first season they didn't do an amazing job explaining that this was Tel Rield, especially with her like walking through this like wall piece thing. We know that that's not something that happens in the books, her being able to walk through some wall business. And back to like the queer relationships in the show. As much as I love this couple, we know that Suan is going to end up with someone else. So, like, why? Unless she's not going to end up with someone else. I don't know. So Egwene can just travel everywhere now, I guess. Yeah, like, it's nice, and I believe it. I believe Avienda and Elaine. I totally see it. But I don't understand why write it. Like, why write it? We know that these two are not going to be together. Well, maybe they will be together-ish. Based on Bear and the clan chief and Bear's first sister, maybe there's something like going on. Matt was a little bit cold to his mama in this dream, but I can see why.
Papa, stay down.
I wonder if Perrin is in the wolf dream right here, because he sees. Well, I guess not. I don't. I guess it's Tel Rield still. First of all, because Egwene is there, but also because Fael is there. Can you imagine strolling into your boyfriend's dream and seeing him in his dream having sex with another person? And oh, that's the end. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. 2 slower episodes, whereas I do think that we really needed episode 4. Episode 5, yeah, it is important to see what we learn, like that we see that Egwene learns how to be a dreamwalker and she gets accepted by the Wise Ones, and also that they think that she's an Aes Sedai and she's not. And I think I wanted that part to be a little bit more clear that Moraine heard them acknowledge her as an Aes Sedai and her not correct them. If I am rating this episode like I would rate books, this episode is, to me, the weakest in the season so far. But I would still say 3.5 for this. I love, like, the show really does excel when it comes to representation. But this new element of, well, no, it's not necessarily new, but this, like, overt element of all of these new couples, I'm feeling like this is a bit messy. But we'll see what they end up doing with it going forward. But right now, my inclination is to say that this is a bit messy. If you guys like this, and I hope you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Ciao.